Hello. Oh, hello everybody. Lovely to see you. I seem to be a little bit dark. Is that better? That's a bit better, isn't it? A bit blending. I feel like I'm being interrogated. Hold on. Good stuff. Hello, Warren. Hello, Magnet for Love, and hello, Karen A. Great to see you. Maren, good to see you too. Nimira, hey John. And Relax Imperfect. Good for you too. Lovely to see you. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. We had a lovely time up on the borders of Scotland. Gosh, this is so dark, isn't it? If I can just see if I can fix this. Sorry, I was running a little bit late. I would have done this before the live. It would be the professional thing to do, wouldn't it? Give me 1 second. See if I can fix this. Hold on. Now that can go there. Sorry, this is not great, is it? Hold on 1 second. We all know each other, don't we? Let me just make sure I'm turning the thing the right way. There we are. Can I make this work? Okay. Oh, dodgy connection. Oh, hold on, it was a good idea. Never mind. We can cope. We can see each other. Great stuff. Okay, lovely. Well, I'm glad, John. Namira, you had quite a Christmas. What made your Christmas quite a Christmas? Do tell. Oh, sorry, coughing here. Right. Yes. So we may as well crack on, won't we? Yes. So yeah, we spent our Christmas on the Scottish borders, which was lovely. And it's kind of it's a little bleak, but in a kind of good way, in an atmospheric way. I quite liked it. As we looked out of the bedroom window, there was this row of houses, and then there was this hill right behind. So then we wanted to walk up the hill. Okay, I wanted to walk up the hill. Jeff and Lisa did not want to walk up the hill, but I felt it would be rude not to. So there were many hills to choose from. So there were, I think, 13 or 14 numbered walks. And I chose walk number 4 because it had a hill, but it said it was a moderate walk that should take about 2 hours, 5 miles, moderate, take about 2 hours. Sounds perfect, right? 2 hour walk, moderate. We walked nearly 7 miles and it took us about 4.5 hours. We were absolutely wrecked. It took us so long that when we got up on the ridge, poor Lisa charged ahead, desperate to get to the top, only to wail in high dudgeon that there was yet another peak, as there always is. There's another hill in front of us that we also had to climb. And the thing that made this most worrying was the fact the sun was going down. The sun was literally on the horizon while we were on the top of the peak. So we were a bit concerned that we may not make it down before dark because the sun was dropping rapidly. And if we were stuck up on the hill in the pitch black, that would not be fun at all because it's very wild up there. And not only that, but periodically across the path, there were sections which probably about that wide, maybe, of bog. So you're walking along and you can see that the reeds have started to grow and it's kind of black and green, But of course, in the dark, you would probably not see it. And you don't want to tread in it because you go, and that would not be fun. So we were very concerned about getting down while there was still enough light to see. We didn't want to be up there with phone torches. And then we had to walk through a field of thorn trees that also had large black cattle standing around that looked like silhouetted cutouts, and they were just all around us. And we were told before we went, if you come across any cattle, just walk confidently through and they will move away. But of course, in the dark, they look awfully threatening. So they did to me anyway. And I was concerned, what if they don't walk away, though? What if they decide to come closer? What if they decide to get annoyed with us about the fact we have a dog on a lead, for sure, but still? If they decide to get lively on us when we're up here in dim twilight, what the heck? So my mind is turning. It was fine. They did move away. It's just towny problems. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful walk. I very much enjoyed it. I cannot speak for the others. I enjoyed it very much. So that was a big deal. Yes, they would have, John. Hopefully they would have moved. Yes. Well, you're right. If the route is scenic, it does mean it's hilly. And we didn't have mountain climbing kit. It wasn't mountainous, but the hills were uh, alive. The hills were, they were like mounds, and so each to get to the top of each one was a serious, like, whoa. It did take it out of you a bit. I have to say, we're not in the sort of condition we would like to be. We did it, and it was fine. And we did 2 miles more than we expected to do. I think if we'd left 2 hours earlier, we would have been a lot more relaxed. Okay. All right. Enough of my messing about. All right. So Warren, you are first on the list. Well done. Could I share some insight this month? Must book in for a 1 hour reading. Well, you must, Warren. I haven't seen you for a long time. Okay, can I share some insight for the month ahead? Let's do that. Okay, and Magnet for Love. Next. Okay. Right. This is for Warren. It's quite nice, Warren, isn't it? That's the Page of Wands, one of my favourites, alongside the Queen of Wands. Page of Wands is really lovely. So your insight for the month ahead is to focus on kind of making. Let me see, how can I put this in a way that resonates with this reading? It feels like it's time to move ahead, for sure. Although I think you need to prep before moving ahead. So this is like, what excites you, Warren? What would make you feel slightly challenged, but really you would enjoy doing? And it is, because it's a page, of course, it's a young energy, isn't it? And that young energy is excitable because it's one's energy. So it's an excitable young energy. So this is asking you to tune into a younger version of yourself who is excited by life. So what would you do? What would you do if you were going to challenge yourself and really kind of get yourself all zhuzhed up and feeling engaged and inspired by life? That's what this is asking you to do. So you don't necessarily need to do it at the moment because this is not an action card. What it is, it's a prep card. So it's asking you to engage with what you could do moving forward that you would feel slightly worried by in a good way. Like, ooh, that's a bit challenging, a little bit of challenge because it's fire energy, right? So we want it to crackle a bit. We want some sparks going on, right? And I think there is, it's like you've got to learn that again. You've got to really drill down into that and get that moving within you. And that is what the month ahead could, if you lent in, be all about. And that would be a great start for you for the year ahead. So it's just for this month. So it's a sort of prep month, I think, which is great. Good. Warren, I hope that helps. Lovely, lovely. I didn't put you up on the stage, did I? I will do next time. All right. Magnet for love. There you are. That's what I should have done with Warren. Magnet for love. Happy New Year to you too. May I please receive a general reading? Yes, you may. All right. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, Magnet for love, you couldn't have a more appropriate card. So this is the Ace of Cups, and this is looking for new potentials regarding relationships and love. Now, this is new emotional connection through the root of emotional authenticity, because this card it's not a guarantee, but it is a potential. And it's asking you to tune into that. So if you are looking for a new relationship, then it's asking you to really lean in to the potential that are going to be around you from a very specific perspective. So you must absolutely be really honest and authentic about who you are and what you want and how you feel. Okay. So there's no trying to fudge anything. It's not asking you to be blunt or horrible or controlling at all. It's just saying to come to the heart of what you actually want, what you actually think will make you happy, and be true to that and be emotionally honest in a good way. Because that emotional authenticity is what makes the difference. That's what nurtures this seed. That emotional truth, that emotional authentic position, that nurtures that seed. You don't have to be afraid of it. It's a good thing. And for you, bringing that to life within you so that then you can connect to a similar seed is going to be your big deal. Very nice. I think we like that. I hope that's okay. I think it's very positive. What a lovely card for you. What have we got here? Hello, Karen A. Happy New Year to you. Yes, I am well. If you'd like me to draw a card for you, Karen A, let me know. Maren, Happy New Year to you too. Awesome. Okay. Happy New Year, John. Let me have a look. Oh, thank you. Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? Yes. And you too, John. I hope it will be your best year as well. Perfect. All right. So let's see. Who wants a card? So it's me in a mirror. Well, let me have a look. I was alone, and the day after Christmas, my daughter and son were visiting us. I enjoyed to be in silence. Oh, that's good. As long as you enjoyed it, that's good. As long as it was peaceful and pleasurable, and you can come back to yourself and come home to you. It can be a very lovely thing. It can be gorgeous. Very nice. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? All right. Maren, let's have a look. What should I focus on to grow as a person? Oh, it's very brave and searching question, Maren. I like that. Okay. So Anna, you're next, just to let you know. What should Maren focus on to grow as a person? Let's see. Well, the Chariot, Maren. So the Chariot, as you know, is all about the expression of your will and how determined you are. And I always think that the Chariot is a bit like the Emperor in motion because he's not going to be swayed, is he? So here we're put in the position of first person driver, aren't we? And if you look at the road there, we have an echo of the Eight of Wands, which is an escalation, which is energy in motion, which is energy which now has a life of its own. And what we have here is we have you or whoever is driving, riding that energy and literally putting that into action. Okay. And of course, we have these signs here trying to pull you off course, which you are not going to do. So, how does that help you grow as a person? Well, I think it means that you need to decide what you want and stick to it, really, and be prepared to power through objections. Be prepared to be in for the long game. So, whatever this is, it's talking about you really becoming confident with your will and what you want, and knowing that you don't have to acquiesce, or you don't have to down res what you want. You can lead the way. Leadership here is a big deal because there's only ever one person driving the Chariot. I once made a little TikTok video of Gus the bus, equating Gus the bus to the Chariot. And another TikTok reader that I sort of periodically exchange messages with said, "Oh, Janice, you can't do that because there's two of you and you can't have two people if it's the Chariot." So I said, well, let's just say I may not be behind the wheel, but I'm definitely the driver. And then we have our Sphinx, which is the engine, and we'll call that Jeff. So there you go. So there we are. You have to be behind the wheel. You have to be the one that says, Maren. So I don't know. I hope that means something to you. It's a really good card, actually. It's really, really positive. And it's a growing card. It's not coming from any place of lack. So we like that. It's a building card. Very nice. Okay. Okay, and my question is, does Ashby have interest in Anup? Okay, we will ask. I have a very distant memory of maybe we've asked this before. We will ask again. No problem. Let's see. Does Ashby have love interest in Anup? Okay. Okay, how does Ashby feel romantically about Anup? Let's ask. Well, he's got giving you the King of Cups here, Anup, and I think what that's telling you is that she isn't 100% focused on, probably not on you, really. It's a very, it's a card that is taking emotional responsibility. So it's saying, I have to do the right thing. I have to be responsible for the people around me. I have to, the King of Cups always puts his own feelings aside in order to take care of an environmental situation. So she's going to be, she's not focused on how she does or doesn't feel. What she's looking at is her environment and how something with you or how feelings for you may influence or affect the people around her. And she's saying, so I have to really take responsibility for that. So she's not, if she does, Anoop, she is not prioritizing it. She's not making it something that she feels she is going to imminently take action on. Okay. So I think your question says, does she have love interest in Anoop? I would hesitate to give you a yes with that, because I think that's not where her head is, honestly. It doesn't look to me like that's what she's focused on. Okay? Doesn't mean she doesn't like you, but I'm not sure that she feels the same or sees the situation in the same way you do. All right? So you'll have to see how that plan pans out, but that's how I see it. All right. So let's have a look. What else do we have? Oh, of course. Thank you, John. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like a reading from me, please do like the video and tell me your like number. It's quite a fun thing. I quite like it. That's our reading tariff is a like. It's light-hearted. Great stuff. All right. Namira, I would love to have a reading. What do you see for me in January? Let's do it. Namira, don't forget to like the video. Okay. So what can we see for Namira in January? So we have the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man, at face value, doesn't feel very exciting, does it? But it's important. So whatever you're waiting for, it's just a period where you're going to need patience. And that patience will lead you to a slightly different perspective on things. So what it's asking you to do in January is to park how you see things. So curb any impatience, curb any need to push things or any desire to make things happen. It's important that you sit back and you allow things to be exactly as they are, because it feels to me that things are not ready yet. There isn't, there isn't the time is not right for things to move forward. So patience is really important. So this is a time of waiting and for you to just allow things to be as they are, because when you get to the other side of that, you're going to see the situation differently, or it will have changed in some way, or something will have switched. So wait now for January. And that is a good thing. That's not a negative thing. Just be patient. All right. Doesn't feel exciting, but it will pay off in the end. Okay, else do we have? Hello, Eva. Hello, Jill. I see you. You can. Okay, my question, if possible, is it worth investing in my relationship with my partner? Things not great at the moment. Okay, so let's take advice to you about the best way to proceed regarding your relationship. Let's do that. Okay, so what is the best way to proceed regarding your relationship? Okay. Oh, well, then, yes, the answer is yes, it is worth investing in it. It's just telling you that things will get better. And it's important that you know that. Okay. It's very nice. It's very nice. Just trust. And how would I put this? I would take the position of how can I I want to find the right words for you. I would take the position of assuming the best, right? Because this card is asking you to trust and it's asking you to have some faith. Now, if things aren't great, that's quite difficult because we go very defensive. We start taking things personally. So what this card is asking you to do is maybe take the most positive top line and go, okay, I trust that whatever this person is doing or saying at the moment is that they are doing or saying it for what they think are the right reasons. I'm not going to take this personally. I'm not going to fear. I'm not going to feel that I need to defend or protect myself. I'm safe. I'm safe, and that we will come through this in a positive way. So when you show up with that energy, I think your partner will mirror it back to you slowly, right? Slowly. You have to look for evidence of it. When you find evidence of it, then you will do more of it, and the other person will do more of it as well. So the star, it's very nice. It's telling you that there is a way forward. There is a way forward. And hopefully, if you follow the advice of the card, you will find it. That's very nice. Very good. That's very good news. I hope that's okay. Thank you for the likes, guys. Do keep them coming. Okay, Jill, lovely to see you. How are you, Jill? Haven't seen you for a while. Okay. Can I have a card for the new year? You can. So let's ask Jill what you should put your attention on for the new year for the best effect. What should Jill put her attention on for the best effect this coming year? Ah, well, I mean, I don't know about you, Jill, but I'm never thrilled to see the seven of cups. When it says what you should put your attention on, okay. So it's two-pronged, isn't it, with the Ten of Cups? First of all, it asks you to make sure you're not off with the fairies and you're not going off on flights of fancy, and you need to make sure that you keep your visions grounded and realistic. I think there is another part of this as well, because let's be honest, I think we have to build up to being realistic. As a person who doesn't do realism very easily, um, I think letting your imagination run away with you is sometimes a good thing. And it gives you a whole field of options in which to play. We can play in the leaves of our imagination We can throw them all up in the air like that. And then what we have to do is we have to know that we can't live there. And as much as we would like to, we can't live there. But it is important, nonetheless, to explore the leaves and play with the leaves and see what comes up and see what lands and see what the wind takes away. So, with this, have a play in your imagination, but then see what leaves are actually realistic, that you actually want to do, that actually land and can be acted upon in real life. You can't live here, but you can use it as quite a useful mechanism. So I think that's what this new year is going to be about. I mean, it's an interesting card for a whole year, to be fair, but then maybe this year is going to be an exploration into what you really want, an exploration into what's going to make you happy. What's really going to make you happy? Not just maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. But in order to figure out what's going to make you happy, you actually do have to explore all of the options and not shut them down immediately. Otherwise, you can't figure out how you really feel about them. So if this is a year's project, I think that's something to take seriously, to really play with all of those pie in the sky options, or what if I did this and I might do that, all of that stuff. To really play with them and really look at them. It's by doing that that you'll come to the truth of them, I think. Yeah. And I think that's what this year is about. It's quite nice, I think. I don't mind a bit of playing in the leaves. Good stuff. All right. I hope that's okay. All right. So what do we have here? We have, who do we have next? We have Shirenes. Shirenes. Okay. I am totally in love with Kusuma. She is neglecting me a lot and hurt me so much. She is a Virgo. I'm an Aquarian. Could you please check for me any possibility I can marry her? Okay. So I know, Shiraz, I do know that you do not want my personal opinion. But this is my channel. So if I want to give it, I will. So I would ask you the question, why do you want to marry somebody who's neglecting you and hurting you? I'm just saying. I'm just giving you that as a thing to perhaps think about. But I would take a card for you, my love. Of course I will. But sometimes we are drawn to that that hurts us most. Doesn't make it right. Okay. Guidance for Sirenes. Right. I am not going to take, I'm not going to say, can you marry her? I'm going to ask for guidance for you about the potential of this union. Okay. That's what I think you should ask. Guidance for you about the potential for this union between you and Kusuma. That's interesting. Okay, good. Well, so we have the death card here. And the death card is where we have to move on from something, darling. And I know that this is not what you want to see. Okay. However, I want you to take it in the way in which it's meant. When it says, if you were to use this card as an answer to any possibility I could marry her, I would say no. But what this card is asking you to do is more than that. This card is asking you to let go of a life that cannot live. Okay? we are afraid of death. We don't want it because we're clinging to the hope that something won't die. Now we know, don't we, that things must end. And why must they end? They must end so that we can have new life. And that's what's really important for you, sweetie. New life with better potential. Because this relationship is important. This situation with Kusuma is important for you because it marks the potential of a watershed. It marks the potential of a change, which is what death is. And that change is the ending of an energy chapter. And this is an energy chapter for you which needs to go. And the only reason that you're clinging to it is because you don't think there's anything better out there. It's like you've been hypnotized. And that's not okay. And so, in a way, if we were to look at this on a grander scale, why do we not want to die? Right? Why do we not want to die? We don't want to die because we don't want our life to end, do we? And so we're terrified that if we die, we'll lose what we have. So I would ask you, sweetie, what do you have? You have a woman who's treating you really badly and hurts you. That life has to end. And then what happens when we die? We're born again. We have new life. And we have insight. We have vision that we never had before. We can see clearly. We get to look at everything from above and we get to see the landscape and we go, whoa, what was I thinking? Okay? Because we've been born again. We are now unshackled. And that's what this wants for you. That's why it wants you to be born again. It wants you to allow this dream, allow this vision of that life to die. So you can then be born into a new and more enriching, happier, broader experience. And like a caterpillar and a butterfly, you've got no idea what that might feel like. So it feels terrifying. But I swear to God, if you just lean in and accept it, there is so much more happiness for you on the other side, sweetie. So just walk that through and just take that under advisement. I know it's not easy. I know it isn't. But see what you think about that moving forward. All right. Let's have a look. So we have Sam. Is love on the way for me? Okay. Let's have a look. Now, again, we have to be careful what we ask here, because if I ask a yes or no answer and I get no, you're not going to be very happy with me at all, are you? So what we have to do is we have to ask, you want love to be on the way for you. What do you need to know? Okay. This is for Sam. Sam wants love to be on the way. What do they need to know to bring that about sooner rather than later? Okay, so we have pain that needs to be dealt with here, Sam. And that is currently in the way for you. So this is probably hurt from a previous existence, a previous relationship. Whatever has caused this pain is going to be going ahead of you on the path. Now, look, none of us want to do this. None of us want to deal with our pain, but nevertheless, you asked, I'm telling you. Okay, this is what needs to be dealt with positively so you can move beyond it to attract the love and the relationship you actually want. this is a new year, and often we get challenging readings at the beginning of a new year because it's like an energetic reset, right? So this is good because this means that once you've got this out the way, once you've moved properly beyond your fear, then you'll be set. But whatever it is that is causing this pain is slowing things down, and you cannot just sweep it under the rug. You can't just pretend it isn't there. You have to properly grieve. You have to grieve and forgive. And when you grieve and forgive, you clean the energy. So you're no longer weighed down with it. When you do that, you attract somebody else who is in the same place. You don't want to attract somebody who's carrying that energy, because that's what will happen if you do. It will just cause more pain. It will just ricochet backwards and forwards. So you have to clean the energetic space in order to attract somebody else in who also has a clean energetic space, so you can actually be happy together. All right? That's your job. You have your mission, should you choose to accept it. Mission impossible, isn't it? Great stuff. All right. John, you can. Of course you can. I have a phone call tomorrow. This could be career related. How will my skill set align with their commercial needs? Okay, let's have a look. All right. How will John's skill set align with the commercial needs of the people he is speaking to on his call tomorrow? We have the Lovers. So that's not terrible, is it really? It's not terrible. I think it's not about your skill set. I think it's about your alignment. So I think your skill set is probably just fine. They may have choices. They may have other choices, and what this is going to come down to is who they feel most at home with. I don't think it's a practical thing. I think your skill set is probably just fine. I wonder if this is guidance for you. You need to decide whether or not they are good partners for you, or whether or not they're in alignment with you from a vocational and idealistic maybe perspective. Do you think you can have I don't know whether I should use the expression or not, John, but what was going to come out of my mouth, I'll say it because I'm going to anyway. Can you get into bed with them, basically? And can you commit to them? So I don't think it's about your skill set. I think you can walk in quite confident with your skill set. I think you need to look at the relationship with them, and they're going to look at the relationship with you to see if you're both a good match for a kind of marriage, if you like, for a commitment. So it goes beyond practicalities. This is all about alignment and whether or not you're a good fit together as a partnership. It's interesting. See, you can tell us all about it, John. We're always interested to know what happens. Awesome. Magnet for love. That's my pleasure. Hello, Cassia. Lovely to see you. Hello, Karen A. I see you. You're next. Let me see. Could you give me advice card for my business trip to Denver this month? I can. I'd be delighted to. Okay, so guys, if you've had a reading for me, could you pop a like on the thing? Really helps me. I would appreciate it. And pop a little love heart up there for me as well. All right. So this is for Cassia. All right. How can Cassia be successful in with regards to her business trip to Denver? How can she make the most of it, be successful and bring a successful outcome? What should she do? Now that's interesting. So you're going to hate the card, Cassia, but I'm going to tell you why it's important. So the card is the Ten of Swords. And so I asked what you should do. Okay, so there are a couple of things here that you need to know. First of all, you may find somebody in this situation to be, should we say, probably less than tactful. You may feel that you're going to take things personally. It's not personal. However, because I don't think this, I'm going to take another card because I'm not going to leave you with the Ten of Swords. But it is important that we honor the card because that's the card that we've been given. So it's asking you, don't get all upset, right? Don't get all upset. If somebody says something that you take personally or you don't like, don't get upset. We're gonna take an advice card about that in a second. But don't ignore it either. Because if that is the situation, if that's the landscape, you need to decide whether or not this is indeed a healthy or happy environment for you to be in, right? Don't over dramatize it. Don't take it personally. Don't go, they hate me. It didn't go well. Oh, I'm so useless. Don't do that because you're not. And they don't. I think what we might have here is a communication issue. Okay, swords after all. So it might well be that you have a situation where they're used to communicating in a way that you're not used to receiving and dealing with. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I want to just take some guidance on this because obviously it's a big card, and obviously, um, I want you to feel confident. So I don't want to leave you with that one. Let's see. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I asked what you needed to know about being successful. Right. So we've got the Two of Wands here. And the Two of Wands is the gateway card, isn't it? It's like a crossroads. And it tells you that there is a choice here, right? So whatever this choice is, you take one path, you abandon another. But you're being asked to be guided by vision and passion and creativity and a feeling that you're lit up because we're in one's energy, right? So we're in fire energy. So if you're hit with a 12 with a 10 of swords encounter, you got to ask yourself, is this a road you want to walk down? And that's going to be for you to decide. All right. And I don't know why, but I feel that 10 of swords might be, and I may not be right here, Cassia, but might be tied up with something that feels familiar. And so because you've experienced something like it before, you're maybe it's like it just goes straight in. It's like, oh, I've that again. I don't know why I want to say that, but I just feel it's straight to the 10, right? So when something's straight to the 10, it's like 0 to 100 all in one go. So I think you need to just be mindful of you, what's right for you, and what you really want, out of the situation and ask yourself whether this is the right road for you or not. Don't take it that, oh, what if I don't succeed? Walk in like you own the place. Don't take anything personally, and you make your own decision. That's that's how you can feel most successful. All right, and then see what happens. Hope that's okay. Good. Well, it's challenging, but in a good way. I think it sounds very exciting. That's awesome. Okay. Good, good. So, Karen A, the general guidance card. Okay. General guidance card. Let's have a look. Okay. Ah, that's very nice. That's lovely, Karen Ace. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is the best of all aces, I think, which is wonderful because it tells you that you're literally embarking on a whole new set of potentials, which is lovely. Now, obviously, we would automatically go for new job. I mean, that's our default position. But, I mean, obviously we know each other a little bit, and I think we both know that this is about a new life experience, isn't it, for you? A new, rich, wonderful set of potentials, which I think is just waiting for you, which is really awesome. And that really does lean into a couple of the readings we've done recently, huh? Which have been saying much the same thing, which is great because poor Karine was really getting her butt kicked by the cards for about 6 months. To the point where I was worried that she felt she was being psychic bullied. But no, it was all done with love. And the fact is, you're out of that now. And this is all moving into a really, really good and positive new period, which is fantastic, isn't it? Really good. So, Karen, you know what the ace means. If it's guidance and it's an ace, it means it isn't going to do it all by itself. It means you've got to lean in. You've got to nurture that seed. You've got to create the right conditions for that seed to grow. So you've got to do your part. You've got to turn into Farmer Karen and get water in and, you know, putting the plant food on. Great. That's really good. Liking that a lot. Excellent. Yes, Happy New Year, Jim. It's great. I'm glad, Maren. I'm really glad. I think that's a really good card for you. That Chariot was a very good card. Excellent. Yes, of course I am. Kaiser. Okay. All right. I am taking questions about love. So Kaiser, what would you like me to do? I tell you what, I am still taking questions about love. I won't take a card for you yet. If you want to ask me something specific, then put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll take a guidance card for you and then you'll go, yeah, but I really wanted to ask something. So you let me know. If you want me to take a general guidance card about love, I will. If you want to ask me a specific question, do so, and I will answer it for you. Okay. Good stuff. Ah, and here we are. Great stuff. All right, Kaiser, let's have a look. Like number 5. Very nice, thank you. Erica, Pisces, true current thoughts, intentions towards me. And what do my spirit guides truly need me to know about her and this connection? Okay, we will ask them. Right. What do Kaiser's spirit guides want him to know about her and the connection between them? Let's have a look. See. Well, actually, we've got quite a positive card here. So what they want you to know is that you should forge the way forward and be quite confident. So this is looking pretty good to me. This is confidence, leadership, and forge ahead. There is nothing very complicated to say. The Six of Wands is successful, and yeah, and is all good. You can see we have the cup here. So um, I think be confident and carry on, sweetie, and walk down that path. They're cheering you on from the looks of it. They are cheering you on. So go get it. Go get the girl, would be my advice. Which is, oh, I like to be the purveyor of good news. Awesome. Thank you, Namira. I really appreciate that. Hello, Sharon. Okay, yes, you can, Sharon. I shall take one for you. Okay. This is for Sharon. This is a message from Sharon's guides. Okay. Message from your guides, Sharon, is that you need to be tuning in to whatever you're feeling intuitively. And I think that's quite important. And I'm going to say that's probably going to be reaching over the next couple of months, not just this month. So if you have got any sort of intuitive hits, or you just feel a thing, then take notice. You need to take notice. And they want you to have confidence in your intuition and to know that that is a strong place for you. You need to build it and to have more faith in it and to take notice of it. Okay. So that's really important for you over the next 2 months. Really sit with that and really listen to it and see what comes up for you, and then watch what plays out. So you compare the two territories. Do not disregard what your intuition in the background is telling you. Do not ignore it. They don't want you to. They want you to take notice. Okay? Important. Good. That's lovely. Okay. Oops. My necklace. Right. Okay. So, elite nail. Well, I have some health concerns. Would you be okay to see a card for that? Well, I can. I do have to be really careful because obviously we have to say this every time. We are not diagnosticians. We are not doing a medical reading. All we could do is give a general card in support. All right. You must, doing the legal thing here, you must take guidance from medical professionals. This is not a medical professional's reading. Having said that, I'm happy to take a card for you in support and as general advice as to the best way forward. Okay? General advice as to the best way forward. Use your own common sense, darling. It's very important you do. Okay, let's have a look. I know I have to do the spiel because we are required to do that legally. It's very important. Okay, so general guidance in regards to your health concerns. What is the best way forward for you? Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is asking you to tune in to how you really feel. And it could well be that we have some emotional things at the back of what's happening. And they may well be playing a part. And sometimes, when things are emotionally coming from perhaps an emotional perspective, or that is a contributory part, that actually does manifest itself in physicality. So you're going to need to get some advice on this. But tune into you, tune into how you really feel emotionally. And that's not emotional. I'm talking about feel. So emotions are a bit turbulent, aren't they? So emotions come and go, and we try and control them, and they swish around on the surface. But underneath, there will be a core feeling. And it's the core feeling that you need to get to. You need to tune in to that. And that will provide some kind of key, I think, which will at least perhaps shine a light on an aspect which is useful. All right? I hope that's okay. It seems to make a bit of sense, I think, but see what you think. See if it resonates with you. I don't know. See what you think. Okay, good stuff. That's what I've got for you. Thank you, Shanez. I appreciate that. What have we got? Relaxed and perfect. Good. Can I have a general card? You can indeed have a general card. Okay. So relaxing perfect, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to take a message from your guides, because that's quite a nice thing, isn't it? Because it feels like a communication from a trusted source. See? So this is a message from Relaxed and Perfect Guides, which is guidance for the next month. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords here. So the Ace of Swords is an interesting card because it's telling you that there is some kind of problem in your life that you're going to be aware of, for sure. And the problem is not actually the problem. The problem is how you're thinking about the problem. So this is asking you to really step back from whatever's causing you difficulty, whatever is your issue, your big issue right now. Step back from it and take another look. So it's asking you to be incredibly objective. Take away any emotional influences in your head. Just remove all of the emotion from the situation. Step back and just go, okay, if I thought about this in the opposite way to the way I'm thinking currently, So if I see as a problem, what if it was the classic? I know this sounds a bit corny, but what if it was an opportunity? What opportunity would it give me? It's really important that you turn it on its head, because the Ace of Swords is telling you you need one true thought. And right now, you don't have one true thought. It's really important you do that. And it has to be objective, and it has to be true, properly true, not emotional, properly true. And there will be some sort of gift in there for you. Whatever the situation, there will be a gift that you can use and lean into to change things, because this is telling you that the problem you're having at the moment is almost like a test of some sort, and you need to beat the game. In order to beat the game, you have to think differently to the way you're thinking. Okay, interesting, bit of a puzzle that. I hope that's useful. I hope you know. Tell me, do you know what that might be referring to? Have a think about it, but do that thing of check how you're thinking and then swap it and see how the opposite might be true, and see what you think about that and what that would mean with regards to how you would deal with the problem. Let's see. Okay, good stuff. That was a good one. I like the Ace of Swords. It's never simple. Okay. Yes, I remember, Jill. I remember you saying your dad has been in hospital. I'm so sorry. I hope he's okay. My dad went 10 days with pneumonia last spring, so I've been through that as well. Yes. So you can indeed have a career reading. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so this is a guidance card for you regarding career. Oh, good, good. Another chariot. We like the chariot. So basically, this is you just being really blooming determined and powering through. So the question is always, what do you want? What's your end game? Because this is not a quick fix. An ambition. This is a career objective rather than something that's right in front of you. Okay. However, what this tells you is that you can be successful at that as long as you stay the course, as long as you have a clear picture of what you want and you don't get distracted or give up or go off course or whatever. As long as you stay and you stay in the driver's seat, you can make what you want a success. You can get what you want, which is really great. You do have to power through, though. It is a bit of a long. It's not a quick thing. It's a bit of a long haul, but it's good though. It's really positive. So do that. Have a clear objective, and know that with will and determination and confidence and strength, you can make it happen. You've just got to stay the course. Don't give up. Just do it. Okay. Good. That's really good. I like that. Natalie. Okay. So, Natalie would like, oh, thank you, sweetie. That's very kind of you. I will take a card for your son. Okay. This is for Natalie's son. Okay. So this is guidance for your son. Great. Okay, so guidance for your son is the Six of Pentacles, and this wants him to be very aware of the balance of power in the relationships that he is engaged in. It might well be that he needs somebody to just kind of give him a leg up, right? Just help him a little bit. I'm not going to do it all for him, just help him a little bit, because it's almost like a bridge that he needs to cross, right, in order to get to the next stage. So this is the what's called a hierarchical relationship, where he needs more than he's getting. Now that might well be because of what's around him, whoever is around him, maybe relationship wise, they're perhaps not delivering as much as he would like, and he needs to think about his role in that, but also generally his confidence to stand as an equal to whoever it is that's around him and know that he can. And it might well be that he just needs a little bit of a leg up, a little bit of help just to jump that and to get into that next stage. Okay. So that's really important for him. So looking at his confidence, looking at you know, what he feels is what he feels he needs, because this card is, it's like I need more. It's not in lack, it's just that I need more. It's a bit where we're getting just enough but not quite enough, right? We're getting a bit but not quite enough, so he needs that jump to get over. So it might well be he needs a bit of help with that, or he needs to look at what's happening with the people around him, and what his role is in those relationships and what part he's playing. So yeah, that's gonna be his deal over the next few months. I think that's the most important thing for him to look at with regards to his life as a whole. It will really help him a lot. Good. All right. That's great. Um, right. What So, John, are you which card are you talking about there, John? I've got your message. If we look at the background, is that, are you talking about the Ten of Swords in that? Because that's right. The Ten of Swords always talks about a new day, if that is indeed what you're talking about, John. I'm not sure, but normally that is a thing. You're just humming the tune to Mission Impossible. Oh, John, it's like you're psychic or something. Okay. Dawn, yes, you can. You can. Okay, great stuff. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I can hear, because I'm looking at John's name in the comments, and all I can hear is John going, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. You've got me trained, John. I hope you're proud. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. It helps YouTube pay attention, and helps me grow things a bit. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. So this is for Dawn Simpson. This is a um, general guidance card for the next couple of months, Dawn. Okay. What should you lean into? What's going to be most positive for you? Ooh, another Ace of Cups. So emotional honesty. This is the seed of new connection, new love, new openness, new opportunities to connect. Could be a new relationship, could be a new phase of an old relationship, but whatever it is, it's a really good opportunity to add more happiness. And that's really important. Now it is an ace, Dawn. So this is not a foregone conclusion because it's an ace. It's telling you you're going to have to lean in and you're going to have to decide whether or not this is something you want to engage with. But there will be the opportunity for you to engage. You just need to decide. This is not telling you that this is, going to go the distance or not. But what it is telling you is there is something here for you to decide on whether or not you want to engage and bring it to life. So it's really lovely. So, new relationship or new phase in an existing relationship to add new authentic connection. Really important that you're emotionally honest with yourself and with the other person, whoever that may be. That's going to be very, very important. Emotional honesty in a good way, not in a harsh way, in a good way. Over the next couple of months. I like that. That's very good. It's a good way to start the year. Very nice. There we are. Thank you, John. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write a comment. Oh, and buy my new book. Thank you, John. I always forgot. Buy my new book, which is on Amazon. The Life Code. A Fool, a Magician, and the Secret of Life. Thank you very much. Great stuff. PJ, hello. Hello, Stephanie. Prabha, lovely to see you. Can I get an advice card regarding finding my desired field job? I don't know what to do. Okay, of course. Yes, let's do that. Okay. Right, advice about finding your desired field job. Let's have a look. Okay, so you're being given the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is asking you to, if this is guidance, it's asking you to do what you did before. It's telling you that you've sort of been down this road in the past, or you have past experience that you can call on. So it may well be that you need to think about what you've done before and build from there. So, because this is always a pivot between the present and what you've done before, talks about memories. It talks about bringing the past back into the present, so we can glean something from it. We're not going to live there, but we do need to think about what happened before and what you can use from that moving forward. So I don't know what that means for you. I don't know how what you've done before might lean in to your desired field job, whatever it is, you're going to have to build towards it, I think. Whatever happened previously, you're being asked to take notice of. Because what you don't want to happen is the past replaying when it's not a past you want to replay. So you're going to have to look at the resonance of that, Prabhu. Obviously, there's something here that needs your attention. So I don't think it's as simple as just you finding your desired field job. I think there's a bit of background work that needs to be done with regards to the way, because at the moment it's not a clear route. You're going to have to take a step back, go into what's happened before and find your route from that, right? It's not just a clear jump, which is annoying, I know, but nevertheless, that's what I've got. So I hope that helps. You can make sense of that in a useful way. Okay, good stuff. Okay, Stephanie, absolutely can. Hold on 1 second. Everybody, my dog is rooting in the bin. Good. No, come out. No, 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 yours. Yours. What are you doing? There's even any food in there. Right. Sorry about that. Just checking. It's not going back. Right. So I'm sorry, Stephanie. Let's focus on you. So this is a guidance card for Stephanie. Stephanie, we're going to take a guidance card from your guides. Okay. Okay. Right. So we have the 8 of Cups here, Stephanie, which is telling you that this is time to, leave behind what doesn't serve. And it's asking you to break emotional connections. So with the 8 of Cups, we are being asked to take action. And it's taking action into the unknown, because that's always what makes this card so scary. Not scary, but, feeling a bit not sure. So the idea of the card is that we are leaving behind our emotional attachment and we're walking into the woods. There appears to be no clear path, but we will find our way. And we need to walk because we need to engage with what is better than we're leaving behind. And it is important that we leave it behind because it ain't going to work for us. So on some level, you have to take some steps here. It's time to move forward. It's time to move on. So this is where we're having a change of heart about something that previously we have invested in. And that's always tricky because we don't like leaving what we've invested in. And so that change of heart is because we now understand that this is not getting us where we want to go. And it's better that we take that path into the woods and find a new destination. So you're going to have to look at what that means to you, Stephanie. I hope it makes sense. I'm sure it will do. Let me know. Hope that's okay. All right. What have we got? Uh-huh. Well, Suran, I would say that's a distinct possibility. I would also say it's for the best. And as we talked about when we drew your card, for you to let this go is going to mean that you have ultimately a better and happier life as a result. So see it as a good thing. I know it won't feel like that now, but it is, trust me, it is a good thing. Okay. Good. Oh, I'm glad Relaxed Imperfect. I'm glad that sounds interesting. Good stuff. Oh, the death card. Oh, yes, John, the death card. Well, yes, it's always the dawn of a new day, isn't it? Because when we allow, it's like winter, isn't it? Because after winter comes spring. There is no real ending. Nothing. Things end, situations end, but there is always new growth at the back of it, which is always positive. It's always the dawn of a new day. It's just fantastic. Very good. Thank you, John. Happy to share. Oh, thank you. I'm going to put this up because if I was a person making a lot of money on YouTube, then I would be sponsored by various people and I could hold their products up and go, this video is sponsored by so-and-so, and you need to use their products. But of course, we don't have that on this channel, so I'm going to sponsor it myself. John is saying that my new book isn't just nice to have if you're serious about tarot, it's a must-have. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. And he's quite right, of course. It is a must-have because if you are learning tarot and you want to find out more about tarot, this will give you a perspective that will be that will really help you. So it's not just a bog standard learn to read tarot book. It has a whole other layer to it. Great stuff. All right, who else have we got? Bernadette. Hello, Bernadette. Yes, you can. Absolutely can. Okay. So here is guidance card for Bernadette. And we're gonna tune in and we're gonna ask for a message from your guides. Good. So we have the Four of Cups here, Bernadette, which is I think it's quite interesting because it's asking you to look at what you might not be engaging with. So I wonder if something's happening at the moment or there's something around you which you may have disregarded. You may have just gone, oh, well, no, that's not, I'm not doing that. That's not, of course, I'm not. And actually, they're asking you to make sure that you explore those things fully and you don't just disregard them just because on the face of it, it doesn't seem like the right thing just immediately on the surface. Might be worth a deeper look. This card often comes up when somebody is feeling a bit emotionally flat and a bit disengaged. And so we're very inward looking and it says nothing's wrong. There is nothing wrong here. There is no actual problem at all. It's just that around you is energy that actually could make you feel better and that you could connect with instead of perhaps not, looking. So relationship issues. Well, in that case, then I think it's asking you to really tune into, again, what you want. Look at the bigger picture here. So if you're in a relationship and this is your guidance, it's asking you to step back from the situation look at what's on offer, look at what's around you, and really start becoming a bit more proactive, because this is where things have stabilized into a bit of a funk, right? And and it just sort of sits there because it's a 4, so it just sort of sits there and just doesn't do anything. So for you, it's really important, I think, that you look beyond the relationship, look outside the relationship, and start focusing like that. That will give you perspectives on what's right in the relationship that will shine a new light on how you really feel and what's really on offer. So it's quite a subtle, nuanced reading. Whatever it is, it's telling you to take the attention off how you actually feel right now, and put your attention outwards into what's around you. What could, new connections, new opportunities, and to engage in those properly. And when you do that, what will happen is things will start to change. One way or the other, things will start to change. And that will shift it. That will shift things, and it will move to the next phase. And it will either move forward positively, or maybe it will decide that it doesn't want to go any further. But one way or the other, you won't be stuck in the sort of the messy middle, which it looks like it is at the moment. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that that's helpful, Bernadette. See what you think about that. Great. Okay. Cushy. Is that right? Cushy. Can you give me a 1-card reading for my career? Yes, I can. Absolutely can. Okay. So everybody, if you haven't liked already, do please pop a like on the channel. If you've had a reading, do please like it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And then we can stay in touch. This is Cushy. This is for your career, Cushy. And again, we're gonna take a guidance card for you regarding your career. Oh, okay. Well, this is a spicy card, isn't it? The Tower. We have to look at the Tower as a context. And the context is that it may well be that your career needs a bit of a rethink, Cushy. And ultimately it would turn out to be a good thing, because there's something about the situation right now which is just not going to work for you. And I wonder if you already know that. I think there needs to be a rethink about which direction you're going in and what's fueling you as far as your career is concerned. It's an interesting card, this, because I'm just going to, I should know this. I probably do know this off by heart, so I won't read it. It's a card that pulls into question 4 big areas in your life: your sense of security, your sense of what's fair, your sense of identity, and who you are, just generally who you are in terms of your life, and what you have faith in and what you trust. Now, all of this needs a bit of a rethink. So you need to have a think about who you are in terms of your career, what you actually want, and what you trust. Now, look, if things aren't going well at the moment or it hasn't worked out the way you thought it was going to, please don't give up hope, because that's not what this card says. It does tell you, though, you may need to walk a different road. And that would be for the good, something that really lights you up, something that is in tune and resonant with who you really are. I hope that helps a bit. I'm presuming there's something afoot at the moment, or we wouldn't be getting the tower. So I hope that gives you a bit of a torch that would light the way further. Sometimes if we get a big card like the tower, and of course it's up to you, but it can be useful to have a longer, more in-depth reading, because it's a big card and it has big ramifications. So if that was something you would want, then you can connect with me after the call. But you have your reading, and I hope it's helpful to you, sweetie. Okay, good stuff. All right, that's lovely. I have I mustn't forget, because I promised. Oh gosh, I've got a couple. Okay. So I have Michael. Okay, I've got 3 WhatsApp readings, so bear with me. Okay, so this is Michael Wookie, Michael W. Here we go. There we go. Okay, Michael. Can I ask, will my potential new business idea starting this month be a success? All right, let's ask a better question. Let's ask how you can make it a success, Michael, rather than me giving you a yes or no, because if I give you a no, I'm not really helping you any, am I? Right? How can you make it a success? Let's ask. What do you need to know about it being a success? Okay. Let's see. Okay. So we have the Lovers here. So this is telling you that on some level you're going to have to commit. And the Lovers is where you need to make a choice, and it's a big choice. And it's a choice of love. What do you love? And because if you don't actually commit in, it's almost like you've got to put the ring on, Michael. And if you don't commit, it won't work anyway. It's not telling you that it's slam dunk guaranteed, but it is telling you that it's slam dunk guaranteed to not be successful if you don't actively choose it as a relationship. You need to have a relationship with it and fall in love with it and serve it as if you were in a relationship with it. You have to choose it. That's really interesting, I think, isn't it? Michael, you'll have to let me know at some point what that means to you. I know you're not on the call, but I hope that does make sense in some way. Okay, good. All right. So who else do we have? We have, oh, I don't have a name here. My question for the 7 p.m. live is when is my love feel ready? Oh, gosh, hold on. I don't have a name for you, whoever you are. All right, you have a picture and you are female. All right, I will do my best to answer. Hold on 1 second. Let me have a look. Right, this person hasn't given me a name. So I'm just going to type the question, and I guess they will recognize their question. Oh, of course it didn't copy, did it? All right. All right. So you've got 3 questions there. When will your love come? Is he here already? Is this my year of finding love? And we've got 1 card. So we're going to just take some general guidance for you, sweetie, whatever your name is. And I'm going to tell you with the guidance card what your next step is for you to find the love that you actually want. Right? Let's put this up on the. Let's put this up on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to amalgamate your questions, and I'm going to ask for guidance from your guides for you to find the love you actually want. So what do you need to do? Now, they're going to tell me if you're already with the person. I'm guessing we'll get a sense of that. But let's just see, shall we? Let's see what the advice to you is. All right. Let's have a look. Good. Well, look, the advice to you is the moon. And actually, that's pretty good, really, because I know it doesn't look good, but it is good. Because their advice to you, if it is the moon, is this is just your fear talking, right? You're just afraid, that's all. It's just you just can't see. So because you can't see, you think it's not there, but it is there and it is coming. Now, whether it comes this year, they haven't said. But the point is here, live your life now. Don't be afraid. Being afraid is going to make it, it's going to cause you to potentially engage with relationships which aren't what you really want. And that is a really big mistake. Don't do that. What you need to be is absolutely confident that you can make your life and you can attract the partner and the husband that you really want. You absolutely have the power to do that. But if you come from a position of fear and doubt, you're going to screw your chances. You must be brave here. You must be confident. So if you're with somebody and you really don't know if they're right for you, don't be scared, right? Know that you're going to be fine. Know that you're going to find the right person. Absolutely slam dunk, yes. Don't sidetrack yourself by making short-term decisions out of fear just because you think you can't see, right? Really, really important. I think that's very strong for you, sweetie. So I hope that helps. Don't be scared. It's all going to come together as long as you hold the line for what you absolutely want. Right? Confidence is all. Perfect. All right, and I have another one. Okay, so I have Arnie. Arnie has not actually given me a question, So what I'm going to do is, and I've got Lizette as well. Arnie, if you're listening, Arnie, and you want to type your question, do, or else I'll just take a guidance card for you. Okay, and this is Lizette. Hold on. Okay. There we are. Right, so this is Lizette. I think we've read about Earl before, haven't we, Lizette? Earl has come forward and has now pulled back. That keeps on telling me how much he feels for me. I'm confused. Okay. All right, let's take some guidance for Lizette about Earl. So what should Lizette do for the most positive outcome regarding Earl? What should Lizette do? The most positive outcome regarding Earl. Right. So we've got the Seven of Cups. We've had this today, a bit earlier, I think, for Jill. In this instance, Lizette, it tells you that you must be really grounded here, okay? And look, if Earl is walking forward and has now pulled back, what you're looking at is a situation which is not stable. And what you must absolutely do is not tell fairy stories about the possibility of what might happen with Earl. Earl either wants to step forward or he doesn't. Trouble is with Earl, he doesn't know what he wants. Yes, he tells you how much he feels for you, but he's not doing anything about it, sweetie. This is all floaty. This is all fantasy land. Earl has no idea what he actually wants. One minute he thinks he does, the next minute he doesn't, but then he wants to do something else. And you also need to bring yourself down to earth and become a bit more boots on the ground with this. Okay? You are worth more than this. There's nothing grounded here. There's nothing solid here. Oh, may have some feelings, but it doesn't mean that he's going to make the partner that you really want him to be, because he's just not solid enough. He's not committed enough. He's not in it enough. And time's a wasting, sweetie. If this is Earl, there's just nothing, there's nothing here to build on. And that's the problem. Earl is not on solid ground. He doesn't, there's no ground zero for you with this situation. So I would ignore all words, ignore them, strike them from the record as though they have never been said. And I would make yourself deaf to any communication and only look at action. Only look at actions. Only, that's all that's important. What does he actually do? And it's that that's going to make the difference here. It's that that's going to tell you what you really need to know. What Earl does repeatedly is what you need to know. Okay? And then you must make your decision again with confidence, making sure you're being very realistic about what's possible, sweetie. I don't think Earl is solid ground. I just don't. All right, my love. It's something that has to work its way through, I think. Okay. Right, I've got, so I know Arnie wanted to ask a question, but she hasn't asked one. So I'm going to take a guidance card for Arnie. So we're going to pretend that Arnie has asked her question. This is always a fun game. So we're going to pretend that Arnie has asked a question, and we're going to say that her guides know what her question is. So we're going to say, please answer Arnie's question. Okay. There we go. See if we can do it. So we're gonna ask the energy, we're gonna ask Arnie's guides to answer her question, whatever it was she was going to ask. We don't know. But we're gonna answer it anyway. And commit. Okay. Okay. Right. So, Arnie, your card is the Six of Pentacles. We've had this before, but in this instance, it's talking, I think, very specifically about a relationship. And this is where you really do need to think about what the power dynamic is in that relationship and who is the boy and who is the dog. Because the boy is the one, and I always tell this story, who has the biscuit. The boy likes the dog, but he's never going to let the dog have all the biscuit. He's never going to let the dog be an equal partner in the relationship. He's using the biscuit as a way to make sure he has the dog's attention and the dog does what he wants it to do. So this card talks about breadcrumbing. It talks about getting just enough. So somebody gives you just enough to keep you in play, just enough, but no more. And the point of this card is that it will not change until you do. It's really important that this becomes equalized. And at the moment, it's not equalized. Hierarchical relationship means somebody always has to be more important. Their needs, their time, their delivery, whatever it is for them is always more important than the other side of the coin, which would be the other person. So whoever is the boy and whoever is the dog, this is not an equal relationship and will not be. So it's asking you to look at what you actually want and look at what you actually get and to look at the disconnect between the two. Because it's important, right? That is the advice from your guides answering whatever your question was going to be. Okay? Because they've heard you already. So I hope that in some way goes towards telling you what you need to know, sweetie. Right. Okay, so what have we got here? Well, let me just, yeah. Manus. I think it's Manus. Manus and Serena. No contact situation. Okay. Let's have a look. Right, so what I'm going to do, Manish, is I'm going to take guidance for you about the connection with Serena. And then hopefully that will help you find a way forward. Okay. Right. Well, oh gosh, I'm going to pick it up, haven't I? So what we have here, Manish, is we have this Four of Swords card, which is a card of non-activity. I think my love, you're going to have to let this go, because it's literally that's just flatlined, and everybody concerned in this, you and Serena, needs to. It's almost like there's recovery going on, so you need to look out for yourself. You need to take care of yourself, and you need to not think about it. Now, I know that's difficult, but it is asking you to step back from the situation, because it's a hospital bed, it's telling us that we need to remove ourselves from the active energy and just stay very quiet. It's very peaceful, it's very calm, and basically it's, the patient is sort of on life support. That doesn't mean anybody's actually on life support, but it's telling you that's what the situation is, and you're going to have to just allow it to be exactly as it is. I don't think you should have any expectations that this can be anything other than how it is at the moment, sweetie. I think you need to allow it to be as it is, and just allow everybody to feel as they do, and let that be. It doesn't feel like any other action on your behalf is going to help. It won't. Stay quiet and peaceful. And I think probably in a couple of months' time, you're going to feel differently. You're going to get a different perspective. All right. Right. So we have Pooja. One card for Pooja from Deepak's side, please. Oh, okay. So you want to know how Deepak feels, right? I think that's what you mean. Okay, Pooja. So, what does Pooja need to know about Deepak's feelings for them? Okay. Right. What does Pooja need to know about Deepak's feelings for them? Interesting. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Now, that doesn't say there is nothing here. It's saying that Deepak sees some kind of potential in the situation. It's a very slow growing energy, and it isn't a card that promises immediate action, because the Ace of Pentacles is always very slow moving. But it's telling you that it isn't without potential. And I think you need to watch it and see how it develops. It's almost like he's seeing you as a potential, and he's allowing that potential to just be there, right? He's not acting on it. And I wonder why he's not acting on it, because it just feels like either it's just completely undeveloped and it's just right at the very beginning, or it hasn't quite started yet because it hasn't got going. There's no energy there that is really happening. Yeah, I think just allow it to be and encourage it, right? Encourage it. But I wonder, there has to be some action soon, because if there isn't growth here, then I think you're going to have to step back. It's not without potential, but you don't want to let it sit in the realm of potential for too long before something actually happens with regards to it coming to pass, right? So watch its progress. He is definitely aware. He definitely sees something in there that's worth his attention. But anyway, I won't over-egg it. It just feels like it's a little bit, not quite committed yet. He's just going, well, I've got that there. Let's see. And you don't want that to stay like that for too long. So just see how that goes, sweetie. I hope that helps. He's not. If your question is he in love? I would say not at the moment. But again, it's not saying never, but it's also telling you to. It's like a seed a seed that hasn't put down roots yet, a seed that hasn't started growing yet. There is some potential in the mix, but it does need to grow, or else it just won't develop. And so you need to take that seriously, sweetie. Okay. Will he ever act? Yeah, you see, there you are. And there is the thing. Will he ever act? This is the problem. So this is what I was talking about. Not necessarily. It's like he's got you on in a holding pattern. And I think you need to really watch that. Give him a time frame. If he doesn't step forward, if he doesn't actually do something to bring this potential to life, you need to move on, sweetie. You need to move on. So, you cannot be parked. It's not okay. Right, good. I hope that helps. Let's have a look. What else do we have? We're probably getting to the end of our session tonight. Okay, so we have Avicii, one card for their career. Okay, Avicii, let's take a card for your career. Let's see where we're at with that. And then I'm probably going to wind things down because we've been going for just over 2 hours and my voice is starting to get husky. Okay, so this is a guidance card for Avicii regarding their career. You've got the Five of Wands here, Avicii, and the Five of Wands is telling you that there's conflict in the mix. And it's important that you really think about what you're conflicted about, because we've got an unsettled energy here that needs you to really step up and decide what it is you actually want and kind of fight for it, really. The Five of Wands is the least problematic of all of the tarot fives, and it talks about a bit of it's just knocking sticks together, really. But it does tell you that a lot of the time we're fighting ourselves as well as the situation. And you need to deal with any conflict that you have regarding your path. Because what's really important, if you're going to be successful, is that you are not conflicted, is that you are absolutely certain and are willing to stand up and symbolically stand up for yourself and fight your corner and argue the toss because you are passionate and because you are confident and because you can visualize where you're going and you're willing to really walk the line for that. And I don't think you're there yet. That's not a criticism. It might well be that perhaps there are just things that you need to fight through, but you need to have a think about that. Do you really want to be on the path you're on? Is this the right path for you? How passionate do you feel about it? If you are passionate and you are sure, then bang your stick down and start, standing up for it and really fight your way forward. So I hope that makes some sense to you, Avishi, and I hope that, I hope you feel that's helpful. Okay, so I am going to love you and leave you there. I think we've done good work here tonight. I hope everybody's enjoyed their readings. Do like and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed a reading or felt it useful. Um, I'm here every Tuesday. I will be here next Tuesday. I will try and find a co-host here and there as well, because it rings the changes a bit. It is lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me, and have a lovely week. And again, probably for the last time, thank you and have a wonderful new year. Thank you, John. Really appreciate that. Good night, everybody. Good night. And those of you who are local, by the way, if you are in Twickenham on Sunday between 4 and 7, you're very welcome to join me at the Patch in Twickenham in York Street and come and say hi. If you have a book, bring it. I'll be very happy to sign books and decks, and I'll have some with me as well, just in case you haven't got yours. I will see as many of you who would like to come then. All right. Good night. God bless. Night, Maren. Night, Karen. Night, Stephanie. Good night, John. Lovely to see you all. Good night.